case of trying to shut it down, and that was really it. So.
Mario, I know it's just another game, but how much was the moment kind of part of tonight? There was the energy in the building. The fans really wanted this one to win Cal's return.
I mean, the energy was great, like it always is for a home game. I feel like it was, for them and for the other team, it was much more. But for us, it was just another game, and we're just glad that the fans came out and, try to help us. So.
Did that matter at all? Like trying to get this win, beating Cal. Was that a talking point at all? Ansley said there were some distractions.
I mean, I don't know if it was distractions for other guys, but for me, I really have no relations to Cal, so it was just another game. So, and I feel like that was like that for a few of the other players too. So.
Was there a point in the game where the game plan was to feed you the ball and just bully ball in there and get buckets?
Not really. I feel like it just happened in the case of the offense, and sometimes I was in position where my teamemates just trusted me and just gave me the ball, and hopefully I went out there and made a play. So.
Amari, how hard is it for the guys having to handle the ball so much with Lamont out?
I mean, they're doing a good job. I feel like the other teams are pressing a lot. We've had, 2 games against 2 teams where they have guards who like to press at full court, so I'm just there to help them out. But, I feel like they're doing a great job. Travis is doing a great job, Jack, so we're fine as a team.
You guys have lost 3 of the last 4, I think. Are there any issues that you feel like are maybe some common themes with these losses?
I don't think there's any issues. It's just the fact that we just got to keep playing, and no matter who we're playing, just playing to our standard. And even if shots aren't falling, we got to be better defensively, and that kind of showed tonight. So, yeah.
With some of the different lineup changes that you guys have had, how difficult has it been to continue to find a rhythm game by game?
I mean, we've had games where we've won with the same lineups. It's just a matter of if shots are falling and how we're playing defensively. I feel like those are the 2 keys when it comes to our team. So I feel like that kind of determines the game.
Amari, Coach Pope talked about the locker room being as down as it has all season after this loss. Just what makes this loss so disappointing compared to any of the others?
Just because of where they are in the SEC table, I feel like respectively, we should have won. Regardless of who was on that team, who was the coach, it's just a game we should have won and could have helped us moving forward. But we got to put that in the past and get ready for Ole Miss on Tuesday.
On more of a positive, you had a great game today.
Thank you.
What do you do moving forward to kind of keep this momentum?
Just staying aggressive, staying consistent. I feel like me being aggressive helps me, helps the team. So just doing that is something I gotta try to be better at and just keep doing moving forward. So, thank you.
Marty, do you feel like practice will not heal, but make you guys better with just these different lineup changes? You think you need more practice to get used to having different guys start?
I wouldn't say so. I feel like the same lineups we had today were the same lineups what helped us beat Tennessee on, Tuesday. So, like I said, it's just a matter of how the shots are falling, how our offense is flowing, and I feel like we all know each other well enough by now, so it's not really a lineup thing, I would say.
Thank you, Marty.
Amari, did you have a sense kind of coming into this game how much that these fans wanted this one?
Yeah, we kind of knew, especially, the students and how they camped out and things like that. So we knew what the energy was going to be like. We didn't want it to be a distraction. For me, it wasn't a distraction, but, we kind of understood that.
Sometimes when a fan base can really want a game, it can kind of put a little extra pressure on the players. Did you guys feel that at all?
I'm not sure. I feel like some guys on the team probably thought, well, I'm not going to say some guys, but there was probably a vibe that we couldn't lose this one, especially just because of, who they've got and everything that's happened, but at the same time, just where they are on the table. So we're just trying to, I feel like as a team, we kind of try to put that past us, and, that's just what it is. So.
A couple of the guys who were talking about the problems defensively have been communication-wise. Do you feel that's been the case with you guys in your defensive struggles?
I would say at Spurs, yeah. And sometimes we just got to get past the fact that teams are making shots. We can't just keep saying, oh, they're making shots. We got to try to put a stop to it. And that was the case tonight. They had guys who wouldn't really shoot that well, but, because of the occasion and everything, they shot the lights out. So just trying to put a stop to that is going to help us in the long run.
I know you don't want to use it as an excuse, but how is this team different when you don't have a healthy Lamont Butler out there as the head of that defense at the perimeter?
Yeah, I mean, Lamont's, we all know how he is and how quick he's able to push the ball, but with guards who are getting pressured, I feel like it's slower bringing up the court. And we try to up the tempo, but it's just tough at times. But, we miss him, and hopefully he's going to be back soon. So.
Just got to be better defensively, top to bottom. I feel like our effort wasn't there all 40 minutes, and know, it's a tough one, but we got to get ready to go out there on Tuesday and play Ole Miss.
Were you surprised at all at how quickly they came out hitting three-pointers because they're not characteristically a three-point shooting team?
Yeah, it definitely caught us by surprise a little bit at first because that's not what the numbers show us. That's not what they do. But, you know, they're still good players. They're still, you know, Division I players, potential pros. So they went out there and hit shots.
As we said, Pope said you guys were hurting after this one. I mean, I know you could all feel the energy in this building. And fans really wanted to get this win over Cal. I mean, I know it doesn't matter. It's just another game. But what are you guys feeling after that and kind of the letdown?
Yeah, it's just disappointing. You know, we wanted to go out there and win and, you know, represent you guys. So it was just tough that we weren't able to get the outcome we wanted. But like you said, it's another game. We've got to move on.
How do you move on? Because you got to, as Pope said, it's a quick process to turn around and play again Tuesday.
You know, watch the film, learn from it, get better, and focus on the next task at hand, which is Ole Miss.
How much are you guys missing not having Lamont right now? How big of a difference is that making?
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. You know, he makes the game easier for a lot of us, especially for players that aren't really used to playing up one or having to bring the ball up that much. But, you know, we got great guys who are ready to step up and, you know, be able to take that load. So we just got to be able to figure out how we could win more games without him.
Ansley, how much of the shooting tonight, the troubles with it were self-inflicted? How much of it was because of what Arkansas did to y'all?
Sorry?
How much of the just difficulty you had shooting tonight was a self-inflicted thing versus something that the opponent did to you?
Oh, we just, you know, once again, I feel like we just got to go out there and be tougher sometimes, just as a team, as a whole. Can't let guys push us off our spots and, you know, make us uncomfortable. We got to, you know, be able to run our offense at our own pace, how you want to run it. We can't let other people, you know, take us out of our groove.
Were you surprised at how they shot it? I think they were shooting 32% from behind the arc coming in.
No, yeah, definitely we were surprised at first. That's you know, that was really uncharacteristic of them to come out there and shoot threes, but that's something we had to adjust to during the game. So, yeah.
How much do you think the emotion of, you know, Cal's return and stuff like that played a factor in this one and then possibly, you know, a lot?
I mean, it could. I feel like it could have played a factor. Obviously, we heard the outside noise. There's a lot of distractions, you know, trying to take us away from the actual game. So I guess you could say that could have affected us a little bit, but I don't think that was really what it was.
Thanks, Andy.
Amari had a really good game out there tonight. Just what do you think was working for him? And obviously he saw a mismatch and he was really taking advantage of it.
You know, just staying aggressive. Like you said, you saw a mismatch. So just tell him, you know, be a little selfish out there. You know, try to attack it and see what we can get after that.
There was so much talk about whether John Calipari would be booed coming back in here. And did you get the sense when they announced Coach Pope that was maybe even loud? Like that was the statement Kentucky fans made that like.
No, yeah, it definitely was. You know, they're proud to have Coach back here. You know, to represent the state, represent the school. So it meant a lot to them, and we heard it in the crowd.
You said that you said that you want you guys to be tougher. Do you have more mental toughness or physicality out there, like getting bored?
I feel like mental toughness leads to physicality. So I guess you could say both. You know, you just got to, you know, you want to win a national championship. We got to keep getting better every day.
How tough is it to navigate when you don't know who you're going to have, whether it's going to be Lamont or Andrew or, you know, what pieces you'll have?
Yeah, it's tough, but, you know, we got a good team. You know, it's the next man up mentality. We're able to we got guys who are willing to step up each game. So, yeah, that plays a factor, but, you know, we got to just figure out how to win with the guys that we have right now.
Did you get the sense that, I mean, all the talk was about Calipari, but they had a bunch of players, too, who had ties here. Were they talking a lot of stuff during the game? Did you get any sense that maybe it meant more to them?
No, you definitely sensed it a little bit. But, you know, a little chatter, obviously. It definitely meant more to them. You could tell on the court, yeah.
Ansley, Jackson was talking about defensively. The thing that may be missing for you guys right now is just not communicating enough on that end of the floor. What needs to happen?
We just got to be tougher, like I was just saying, like being more mentally tough and at least being physically tough and just being able to execute the scout and just, you know, just have some pride in that side of the ball. That's really what we need.
Has it been kind of difficult to find a level of consistency with you guys' play as a team, considering the injuries that you're dealing with and guys in and out of the lineup, guys playing out of position a little bit, you know, different roles?
Yeah, I guess you could say that definitely it's tough to work around, you know, especially in the quick turnaround in this league. You know, you got games every few days, so it's definitely been a little challenge, but, you know, we got to figure it out.
with all the emotion.
Just your thoughts after this one. I can imagine that you knew just about how much your fan base wanted this one.
Tough loss. It is what it is.
Jackson, you played for Coach Pope before, and you guys had to bounce back some last year. He said the locker room was pretty discouraged after the game, as you could imagine. How do you feel about this team bouncing back? As Coach said, there's another top 25 opponent waiting for you on the road.
Been doing it all year. I've been telling you guys over and over, but one game doesn't define us. So just digesting, going over the film, and moving on to the next game is all I can do.
You're a leader. You know how this team is. How do you feel like they're going to respond?
The same way that we respond to every single game. Whether that's win or loss, we're going to go out there and figure out ways we can get better and hope for the best outcome.
Jackson, how hard is it to find a level of consistency when you guys are pretty banged up right now and guys are getting in and out of the lineup?
Yeah, it's tough. We're asking a lot out of our freshmen, Colin and TP and Trent. And then, guys are playing out of position. So just doing what we can, but we don't use that as an excuse. And we just got to figure out a way to move past it and win some ball games.
Jackson, their three-point shooting, how much do you think was them hitting tough shots, or you all not playing defense well enough?
A little bit of both, but that doesn't really, whether they're hitting shots or not, you can't make that as an excuse. We got to figure out a way to stop their runs, and we didn't do that tonight, and we lost. So.
What was Coach Pope's message to you just now, right there?
Obviously everybody's upset. I feel like there wasn't much to say. We know what we did wrong, and we got a game and not long. So just moving on, and it's conference play. So Tuesday we got another big game, big top 25 game. So just trying to figure out how to get better. So.
From a point guard perspective, obviously with Lamont and Kerr out, and it seems like maybe out for a little while longer, what can you guys do specifically there?
It's not really offense, it's defense. We gave up way too many threes, had a lot of miscommunication defensively. We weren't talking like we normally do, and we're seeing how that turned out. So.
Is that Lamont? Is Lamont usually kind of the most vocal part of that, or is that just one piece of five that is missing in it?
No, it's not one person. It's the entire team. Obviously, Lamont's a huge piece of this team, but one person doesn't define us, and we know we all have to step up and lead and communicate better than we did tonight. So all we can do is just go back home, sit on it, think about it, and get better.
Jackson, Arkansas was really pushing the pace. It was something a little bit out of the ordinary of what they usually do. They scored almost 90 points. Did that catch you guys by surprise?
Nah, I think where most of the transition points came from was probably off our turnovers. I don't think we had too many, but we gave up some vital ones, and they got out and took advantage of it. So we just have to be better about taking care of the ball and then getting back and playing transition defense.
Was it kind of palpable how hard they were playing? It really seemed like they were giving effort above and beyond what you guys may normally see.
I think it was a big game. There was a lot of emotion going into it, especially for those guys, and I know our fans were really hyped for this game, so I'm sure that gave them a lot more confidence going into it, knowing they're the underdog. So I know what it feels like to be in that position. So encouraging them for hitting shots and knocking them down, but it is what it is.
How difficult is it emotionally to navigate this league, going from the Vanderbilt game to the Tennessee game, the high there to this, just the ups and downs of it?
It's tough, but I told you guys in the media last week, it's just how a conference goes. You can't dwell on it. You got 24 hours to think about it, and then you got to move on. We got to do scout for Ole Miss. So, it's tough, but if we don't get prepared for Ole Miss, we might go in there and get smacked by 30. So, we know they're a really good team, and we got to figure out a way to move on and just figure out ways to keep getting better.
How much do you think all of this helps in March, going through stuff like this, the ups and downs of it, and then having to move on from either one of them?
I think it's huge. Just this league alone, the competition that we have to play night in and night out. I think it's really going to benefit us, and I mean that's that.
How different is your preparation with or without Lamont? How does that change for you? Because your role, because it changes your role quite a bit, doesn't it?
I wouldn't say my preparation's any different. I got to see the game differently. I'd say that from the point guard perspective. I got to do better at trying to get my teammates more involved. That's not something that I'm used to, playing off the ball, but nothing different as far as just my preparation.
Coach Pope said on the podium how this one was painful afterwards. What did he say to y'all when it was all said and done?
Tough loss. We got to move on. Get ready for the next game.
Are you comfortable in that point guard role with Lamont Butler being out?
Got to do what I can. I mean, it's not whether I'm comfortable or not. The other team doesn't care. We don't have anybody else that can step up and play point guard. So I mean, somebody's got to do it.
Jackson, you guys are known for bouncing back from any type of loss. I mean, that's not something that you guys struggle with, right? But what do you think, going into it? How are you going to be able to prepare? And what's just going to be the best way to kind of bounce back and get ready for your next game at Ole Miss?
Same thing we've been doing all season. Going back to the locker room, going to the film room, talking about it, figure out ways we can get better. I mean, we know how we can get better, but going out and doing it next game, and then just being more consistent.
Did you get the sense at all? There was so much talk about John Calipari coming into this game and him coming back here. I know you played at Arkansas, but a lot of those guys, with 7 guys who had some ties to Kentucky, did it feel like it meant more? I mean, there was a lot of chatter out there for them. Like they were maybe pretty hyped up for this one, specifically.
I don't want to answer that question. I don't have anything good to say about that.
Jackson, Coach Pope talked about the locker room being as down to this loss as any loss this season. Just what makes this loss so disappointing compared to the others?
I wouldn't say it's more disappointing than any of the others. We want to win every basketball game. I don't care if it's the old coach, the president, whoever it is that comes in here, we're still going to go out and try and win a basketball game. So, I mean, it's a tough loss regardless of who comes in here.